Welcome, dreamer. Today we're not just listening to music. We're stepping into a living memory, a day that never quite happened, yet feels more real than any we've lived. 10 moments suspended in time, 10 songs that breathe, 10 variations on what it means to drift between sleep and waking. This is Vocal Dreams. Close your eyes. Let the light in.
The first thing you notice is the light. Not harsh, not demanding, just there, filtering through fabric so thin it might be made of morning itself. The curtains dance, barely, stirred by a breath you can't quite feel. And somewhere in that golden haze, an alto saxophone begins to speak. Not words, not yet, but something better, pure feeling translated into sound. This is how dreams end. Or is it how they begin? In this space between sleeping and waking, does it really matter? The dust particles float like tiny galaxies, each one catching fire in the sunrise. You lie there, suspended, watching them spiral and spin, and the saxophone follows their path, note by note, as if it's been watching too. There's promise in this light, something unnamed but certain. Today feels different. Today feels possible. Let the morning speak.
Across the wooden floor, dust particles dancing, nothing more. Curtains breathing with the breeze. Another morning whispering, be free. And I stretch into this brand new skin. Let the sunlight settle in. No rush, no race, just this moment's grace. Through sheer curtains, the world looks kind. Golden promises I'm bound to find. Every shadow soft, every edge refined. This is the day I've been dreaming of. Through sheer curtains comes the light. Through sheer curtains, everything's alright. 'Cause everything's alright. Coffee brewing, hear the kettle sing. Small rituals the mornings bring. Outside the city still half asleep, but in here there's magic I can keep. Feel the tempo rising in my chest. This could be my very best. No fear, just faith that today might change everything. Through sheer curtains, the world looks kind. Golden promises I am bound to find. Every shadow soft, every edge refined. This is the day I've been dreaming of. Through sheer curtains comes the light. Through sheer curtains, everything's alright. Everything's alright. Some mornings weigh heavy, but not this one, not today. The alto plays my heartbeat and the light says stay. Through sheer curtains, the world looks kind. Golden promises I'm bound to find. Every shadow soft, every edge refined. This is the day I've been dreaming of. Through sheer curtains comes the light. Through sheer curtains, everything's alright. Everything's alright. Everything's alright.
But promises are fragile things. You blink, and the light has changed. Listen. Do you hear that? The first drops against glass. The sky, it seems, had other plans. Rain has a way of changing everything, doesn't it? The window becomes a canvas of rivulets and blur. The city lights beyond, those neon signs, those car headlights, they stretch and distort into abstract paintings. Blue, indigo, silver gray. The world outside has turned into a watercolor left out in the storm. And inside? Inside, the mood shifts to minor keys. This is where the mind goes wandering. Not forward into the day that awaits, but backward into the nights that have passed. Midnight blue minor. It's the color of 3 a.m. thoughts, isn't it? The shade of questions you're not quite ready to answer. The tone of memories that visit uninvited, knocking softly on the door of your consciousness. The rain asks nothing of you. It simply is. And in that constancy there's an invitation to stop resisting, to let the melancholy wash over you like the water against the window, to surrender to contemplation. Some dreams are meant to be gray.
The sky turned grey without asking permission. Rain taps cold on my window glass. Each drop of memory I thought I'd forgotten. Each one saying nothing good can last. I trace the rivulets with my fingertips, cold against the paint, cold in my chest. The world outside dissolved in blue, and I'm dissolving too, I guess. How did the morning turn to this? How did the light become the mist? I'm caught between what was and what I missed. Midnight blue minor, pain in my thought. Every raindrop's a lesson I never sought. Washing away the colors I knew, leaving only shades of midnight blue. Midnight blue minor, drowning the day, teaching me things I don't wanna say. Oh, that's enough, that's everything.
The rain continues. Time stretches. Or maybe it's not stretching. Maybe it's collapsing, folding back on itself like a cassette tape rewinding. Every moment becomes saturated with every other moment you've ever lived. There's a heaviness to memory when it settles in your chest like old film. The chords sustain. They refuse to let go. They hang in the air the way fog hangs in a valley, thick, obscuring, transforming everything it touches. And your heart knows this rhythm. It's been beating to it for years. Sepia, burnt orange, the warm brown of faded photographs. Everything looks like it's been filtered through nostalgia. Even the present moment. You're watching yourself watch the rain, and there's a distance there, a remove, as if you're already remembering this moment before it's finished happening. The VHS tape of your life stutters, tracking errors, chromatic aberrations, but somehow that degradation makes it more beautiful, doesn't it? More honest. Because this is what memory does. It warps and saturates and distorts until we can barely recognize the original, until we're not sure if we're remembering or inventing. The chords sustain, your heart grows heavier, and you let it. Because some truths only come in this weight.
Everything and nothing. Faces blur like watercolor rain. Your voice an echo in an empty room. These chords hold what words can't explain. Time doesn't move here, just hangs suspended in the space between what was and what ended. Photographs fade, feelings don't, they crystallize in amber light. Each sustained note holds 1,000 moments. Each chord progression holds the weight of night. Can you hear it? The way the past refuses to let go. Can you feel it? This beautiful, unbearable undertow. Sustained chords and heavy heart. We carry what we cannot name. Every memory a string that vibrates long after the touch. The resonance remains. Heavy hearts need time to feel. Sustained chords. Sustained chords and heavy hearts. We all know what we cannot save. Every memory a prayer we breathe. Long after the lost love remains. Heavy hearts beat slow and true. Sustained chords. I'm holding you. Let it resonate. Let it resonate. Let it fill the emptiness. Let it resonate. Let it stay.
But then, listen. Do you hear it? A softening. The weight begins to lift, not disappearing, but transforming into something else, something that rises instead of settles. You're climbing now. Not physically, you haven't moved from your spot by the window, but your mind is ascending. Second floor, third, higher. The warmth hits you first, that analog warmth, the kind that comes from tubes glowing in the dark, from ancient amplifiers humming their electrical prayers. It envelops you like a blanket pulled fresh from the dryer, and suddenly you're floating. The soprano voice enters, disembodied, angelic, and it's calling you upward through the floors of your own memory palace. Each landing holds a different version of you. Each step creaks with forgotten conversations. The light comes from below now, golden and diffused, making everything soft around the edges. This is where thoughts go when they're too delicate for the ground floor. This is the architecture of Reverie, staircases that lead to other staircases, rooms that open into the same rooms, time folding like origami. And you float. You float because up here, on the second floor of consciousness, gravity is just a suggestion. The warmth carries you, the soprano guides you, and for these few minutes, you're weightless.
Climbing in physical stairs in my mind. Each step of memory I left behind. The second floor is where I like to stay. Not too high, not too low, just floating away. Cause catches light like tiny scars. Old radiator hums its familiar bars. Through the walls I hear the city breathe. Up here I'm everything I need to be. There's a sweetness in this elevation. Not quite earth, not quiet sky. Just a middle space for contemplation, where thoughts can learn to fly. Tube warm on the second floor, where memories glow a little more. Wrapped in analog, safe and sound. Somewhere between lost and found. Second floor where I float free in the warmth of who I used to be. Books stacked high like architecture. Tea gone cold, but I don't care. Window windows frame the passing weather while I'm suspended in the air. Time moves different on this level. Hours dissolve like sugar cubes. The tube amp stencil crackle settles into grooves and grooves and grooves. There's magic in this middle ground where the pressure drops away, where the only thing that matters now is letting myself stay. Two warms on the second floor, where memories glow a little more, wrapped in analog, safe and sound, somewhere between lost and found. Second floor, where I float free in the warmth of who I used to be. Ground floor is too real, top floor is too far. Second floor is just right for floating where you are. The tubes glow orange like sunset, the road hums like home, and I could stay here forever in this comfort zone. Too warm from the second floor, and every sound I've been searching for, wrapped in static, wrapped in grace. This suspended middle space. Second floor, my secret place, where the warmth holds me in its embrace. Stay a while longer, float a while more. Everything's golden on the second floor.
But floating eventually finds its footing. You descend, not falling, but walking now with purpose. Each step clicks against the floor. Each footfall is a note, and the needle drops on a record you didn't know was spinning. This is the sound of memory in motion. Click, flutter, the analog warmth of vinyl beneath the needle. You're walking now through what you're not quite sure. A neighborhood that might be yours, might be someone else's, might be every neighborhood that ever existed in the golden age of jazz. Blue notes fall like autumn leaves. Each one bends just slightly, refusing to land where you expect. That's the beauty of it, isn't it? The imperfection, the flutter of the tape, the occasional skip of the record. These aren't flaws. They're the signature of something real, something that existed in time and space and left its fingerprints on the medium. Your steps sync with the rhythm. Left foot, right foot, snare, kick, left foot, right foot. And with each stride, you're walking further into the past. Not your past specifically, but the past. That collective memory we all share of smoky clubs and late-night sessions, of musicians who poured their souls into wax and hoped someone would listen. The flutter continues, the blue notes keep falling, and you keep walking, because this is a journey that has no destination, only the pure joy of moving through sound.
Left foot, right foot, needle drops. City blocks become record shops. Every crack in the sidewalk plays a note. My heart beats the bass line in my throat. Tape stretches when the memory's old. Stories flutter before they're told. I'm walking through decades, frame by frame. Each step whispers a different name. Hello, steps and flutter. One foot in the past, the other in the other. Certainty that nothing lasts. I'm walking on vinyl, skipping through time. Every footfall's a kick drum, every breath's a rhyme. Analog steps and flutter in my chest. The journey's the answer, forget about the rest. Flutter and skip, rewind and play. I'm walking these streets like it's yesterday, yeah. Corner store looks like 73. Saxophone bleeds from a window free. My shoes sound like brushes on a snare. Jazz ghosts dancing everywhere. Sample the moment, loop the scene. Pitch it down, make it lean. Every stride's a bar, I'm counting through. 4/4 time in worn out shoes. And now look, steps and flutter. Life plays back with a stutter. I'm walking on vinyl, skipping through time. Every footfall's a kick drum, every breath's a rhyme. Analog steps and flutter in my chest. The journey's the answer, forget about the rest. Flutter and skip, rewind and play. I'm walking these streets like it's yesterday. Step, crackle, pop, bass walks, never stops. Tape hits in the background, lost and found in every sound. Flutter me, imperfection, flutter me, direction, forward through the static, movement automatic. I'm walking on vinyl, living in rewind. Every moment sample, chopped and redefined. Analog slips that flutter and groove. When you're made of music, you can't help but move. Flutter and stride, skip and sway. I'm walking forever in this lo-fi way. And left foot, tape is right foot, vinyl kiss. Keep walking, keep listening. The record never ends, it just keeps spinning.
And then you turn a corner, and suddenly, the world shifts again. Can you smell it? Coffee. Sunday morning coffee. The reset button. The pause that refreshes. There's something sacred about Sunday morning. The steam rises from your cup in lazy spirals, and with it rises something else. Possibility. Hope. The particular kind of peace that comes from knowing you have nowhere to be, nothing urgent to do, only this. The warmth of ceramic against your palms, the view through the window where birds are discussing their own Sunday plans, and the sunshine. Oh, that sunshine, pouring in like it's been waiting all week for this moment. Lydian mode. If you don't know music theory, don't worry. Just know that it sounds like hope. It sounds like the major key that discovered something brighter than major. It's the sonic equivalent of that first sip of perfectly brewed coffee, the one that makes you close your eyes and sigh without meaning to. The birds outside, they're in on it too. They're singing their Lydian songs, and for once, everything is in harmony. You, the coffee, the light, the birds, the music. No minor keys here, no heaviness. Just this crystalline moment of simple, uncomplicated joy. Some mornings are made of gold. This is one of them.
Sunday crawling through the kitchen window. No alarm, no rush, no place to go. Water boils and whispers, take your time. The world can't wait while this moment's mine. Pour it slow, watch the steam rise. Lydian chords paint the morning skies. That raised floor feels like possibility. paper pages turn like vinyl sighs. Jazz spills out from the radio. My cat stretches in a patch of gold. This is the tempo life should always go. The trumpet player down the street practices scales through open doors. Even the mistakes sound sweet on quiet Sunday mornings like yours. No deadlines in this Lydian space, just brightness without the edge. Time moves at a Sunday pace, dancing on the major's edge. Lydian morning groove, everything feels new. Bright modes and lazy grooves, Sunday's got nothing to prove. Lydian morning light makes everything feel right. Sip slow, let the music move through your Lydian morning groove. They say Lydian is the happiest mode. The race for lifts the load, makes you feel like you could float away into an endless Sunday. And maybe that's exactly right. Maybe coffee, jazz, and morning light in Lydian modes embrace is all we need to find our place. Lydian morning brew, skies a brighter blue. Bright modes lift me through, every sip feels true. Lydian morning glow, moving nice and slow. Sunday jazz and coffee flow. This is all I need to know. Let it steep a little longer, let the morning make you stronger. Lydian light, Sunday bright, everything's alright.
But gold turns to neon when the sun goes down. Hours have passed, or have they? You blink, and it's night again. But this isn't the melancholy night of earlier. This night is alive. This night is electric. Welcome to the fever dream. The rain has returned, but now it's falling through neon, pink, electric blue, violet so deep it borders on black. The streets are mirrors of light, reflecting a future that never quite arrived, or maybe one that's always been here, just waiting for the right filter to make it visible. You're walking again, but this time the city is different. The silhouettes that pass you are blur and mystery. No one has a face, no one has a name, just motion, just presence. The kind of strangers you meet in dreams who feel significant but evaporate when you try to remember them. This is cyberpunk turned soft, Blade Runner as a lullaby. The synthesizers hum underneath everything, like the electric pulse of the city itself, that constant current that never sleeps, that powers the signs and the dreams and the hopes of everyone who ever came here looking for something they couldn't name. The rain falls, the neon bleeds, and you're suspended between states, awake and dreaming, present and future, real and imagined. This is the sequence where anything can happen, where the rules of the day don't apply. Let the neon wash over you. Let the dream take hold.
Reflecting puddles bleed petrol and reload. The city speaks in neon rhyme. Am I waking or falling deeper? The streets become my dream keeper, where an analog meets the digital rain. I lose myself again and again. Neon dream sequence playing out, electric rain and urban doubt. The future's past is all around in this lo-fi cyber sound. Neon dream sequence, guide me home through streets I've always known. Pink, blue, green, the colors bleed between what I've seen and what I dream. The city is a cassette tape, playing memories on repeat, and I'm just static trying to escape into the neon beat. Neon dream sequence, let me stay in this electric yesterday, where jazz and rain and circuits meet on these impossible streets. Neon dream sequence, beautiful life under the side open sky. Let me dream here in the neon beat. Let me fade here into the glow. The sequence loops, the rain repeats, forever walking these electric streets.
But even the future gets nostalgic for the past. The neon fades, replaced by the warm glow of something older, something that smells like dust and wood and magnetic tape. You're traveling backwards now, into the golden age. Picture it, a studio in 1968. The Hammond organ sits in the corner, its tubes warming up, starting to glow with that amber light that means it's ready. Next to it, the Rhodes piano, sleek, electric, purring with possibility. There's a microphone suspended from the ceiling. There's tape reeling through a machine the size of a suitcase. And there's smoke, always smoke, curling up toward lights that haven't been replaced in a decade. This is where the magic happened. This is where they laid down tracks that would survive generations. The Hammond underneath providing that churchy foundation, that gospel warmth. And the Rhodes floating above, its bell-like tones cutting through like revelation. You can hear it, can't you? The slight grain in the recording, the tape hiss, the imperfections that somehow make it more perfect. This is analog at its finest, sound that has texture and weight and warmth because it was captured on physical medium, because it required human hands to operate machines with knobs and faders and meters that bounced to the music. The 60s weren't just a decade, they were a frequency. And right now, you're tuned in.
Take me back to basement clubs where cigarette smoke rose like crabs, Hammond humming underneath the rose, time standing still in wooden chairs. The year was maybe 6 to 7, but just a dream that feels that way. When jazz was religion and the night was heaven, and music had so much to say. Can you hear it in the Leslie spin? The way the past comes rushing in, every note a portal through to when the world felt old and new. Climbing under the rose, playing stories never told, golden age in every note, rapping in an off soul. Take me back to that blue note blow, where the Hammond bleeds below the rose that made me whole. Bartender know your usual drink. The drummer kept that shuffle tight. Nobody checked their phones or stopped to think. We just lived inside the night. Jimmy Smith's Ghost on a B3, Herbie's touch still in the keys. I wasn't born yet, but the memory lives in these vintage frequencies. There's a warmth that can't be replicated in digital precision that controls something human unrestated in that analog soul. Hammond under the rose, playing stories never told, golden age in every note, wrapped in that analog soul. Take me back to that blue note glow, but that's not entirely true. When you close your eyes and let the Leslie rotate through, the Hammond underneath the rose is a time machine disguised as a chord progression, centuries compressed into 7 notes.
The music continues, but you're tired now, pleasantly tired, the kind of tired that calls for stillness, for pages, for quiet, for words that don't demand to be heard aloud. There's a particular kind of companionship that happens when jazz accompanies reading. You're curled up now. There's a blanket. There's a book, an old one, the kind where the pages have that distinctive smell of aging paper and vanishing time. Your reading glasses rest on the bridge of your nose, and somewhere, out of sight but never out of mind, a fireplace crackles its own rhythm. The music isn't trying to be heard, it's trying to be felt. pads, those sustained atmospheric tones, they settle into the margins of the page, between the lines, in the spaces where the author didn't write but meant something anyway. The jazz becomes the subtext, the emotional undercurrent, the feeling you can't quite name but recognize instantly. You read a sentence, the music swells slightly. You turn a page, a chord resolves. This is symbiosis, literature and sound existing in perfect balance, neither one demanding center stage, both creating something larger than themselves. The fire pops. You adjust the blanket. Your eyes move across words written by someone long dead, made alive again by your attention. And the jazz, oh, the jazz, it knows exactly when to breathe, when to pause, when to let the silence speak as loudly as the sound. This is how Sunday night should feel, like this, always like this.
Words float across the yellow page, while notes drift softly through the air. I'm reading slow, no need to gauge. The music's there, but hardly there. In margins where my pencil marks the thoughts that books awaken, jazz plays quiet as a spark, so soft it's barely taken. Between the lines I find a melody so kind, it doesn't ask for attention, just lives in the intentions. Quiet in the margins of my mind, notes between the words I find, music soft as candlelight, companion to my quiet night, reading to a distant roads, jazz that barely even shows, but fills the spaces perfectly. My coffee's cold, I don't care. Lost in chapters, lost in sound. The book and music share the air like secrets that we found. Each paragraph a verse that breathes, each jazz note underlines the meanings hidden underneath the author's careful lines. The pad sustains like patience in these silent spaces where literature and jazz embrace in the quietest of places. Pads in the margins of my mind, notes between the words I find, music soft as candlelight, companion to my quiet night, reading to a distant roads, jazz that barely even shows, but fills the spaces perfectly. Some music demands your focus, pulls you in with force, but this sits beside you like a friend who knows. When silence is the loudest thing, the pads don't interrupt, they annotate, they illustrate the spaces between what's written and what's felt. Pads in the margin, soft and true, jazz that reads the book with you, music quiet as a thought, teaching all that can't be taught, reading to a whispered tone. and gently shown the beauty in barely being there. Turn the page, let it play, so soft, you almost miss it.
But every story must have its golden hour. You close the book, you rise, you climb one more set of stairs, these ones real, leading up, 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 toward the sky, toward the rooftop, toward the finale. Here we are, the roof, the edge of the world. Before you, the ocean, endless, eternal, catching the last light of the day and throwing it back at the sky in shades of gold and salmon and orange so saturated it seems impossible. Yet there it is, undeniable. The sun is dying, or being reborn depending on your perspective, and it's doing so with all the drama it can muster. The city is behind you, the sea is before you, and above the gulls wheel and cry, their calls mixing with the wind that's picked up now, carrying salt and possibility and the particular feeling that comes from standing at the threshold between land and water, between day and night, between what was and what will be. This is the crescendo. This is where everything we've experienced today, the morning light, the rain-soaked melancholy, the sustained heaviness, the floating warmth, the blue note walk, the coffee-blessed morning, the neon dream, the vintage soul, the quiet reading, this is where it all converges into a single perfect moment. The coastal golden hour isn't just a time of day, it's a state of being. It's every sunset you've ever witnessed compressed into this one. It's the promise that even as things end, they do so beautifully, that even as light fades, it leaves its mark. The wind picks up, the gulls cry, the waves crash below, and you stand there, bathed in gold, knowing that this exact moment is what you'll remember when you try to recall what it felt like to be alive. The day is ending, the dream is complete, but it never really ends, does it? It just waits for the next time you close your eyes.
Up on the roof where the city meets the sea, golden hour painting everything I see. Salt air mixing with the coffee on my lips, watching seagulls ride the wind in lazy dips. The ocean breeze, its ancient rhythm slow. Buildings catch the light and start to glow. Between the urban and the wild and free, this is where I'm meant to be. The sun descends but doesn't fall. It crowns the day with light, and I've been waiting for this call, this perfect golden side. Coastal golden hour, paint me across the rooftops mingles with the seabird cries. Everything I've been, everything I'm not, dissolves in these sunset skies. 1 foot on the concrete ledge, one hand catching coastal breeze, standing on this golden edge between the earth and sea. How many moments truly stay? How many burn this bright? I wanna freeze this perfect day in amber golden light. Coastal golden hour, paint me whole. Let this moment fill my soul. Between the waves and city streets where the light and ocean meet. Golden hour on the roof, living, breathing golden truth. This is how a day should end, and light that holds you like a friend. Seagulls know something we forget, that every sunset is a gift, that endings don't have to mean regret, just moments caught adrift. The city hums its evening song, the ocean answered in song. And I've been searching all along for what I didn't lack. It was here in this golden space where everything finds its place. Coastal golden hour, make me new. Sky on fire, ocean blue. Between the wings and rooftop heights, we're suspended in the light. Golden hour, let it stay. Hold the darkness one more day. This is how a soul takes flight. In the coastal golden light. Let the seagulls sing it out. Let the ocean say amen. Let the golden hour shout that we'll meet here again. The day dreams on, the light holds strong. We belong. We belong. We belong.
And so the day, that impossible, perfect day, comes to its close. 10 songs, 10 moments, 10 variations on the theme of existing between dream and reality. You've traveled through light and shadow, through rain and sunshine, through city streets and coastal horizons. You've felt the weight and the weightlessness, the nostalgia and the novelty, the solitude and the strange companionship of sound. This has been Vocal Dreams, our lo-fi jazz journey through the landscapes of consciousness. But here's a secret. The journey doesn't have to end here. If you want to stay in this space a little longer, if you're not ready to leave the dream just yet, you can find the instrumental version of this experience on our main channel. 4 hours of uninterrupted lo-fi jazz bliss. No words, no interruptions, just pure atmosphere. Perfect for studying, for sleeping, for existing in that space where you don't have to be anything but present. Until next time, dear dreamer, may your days be filled with music, may your dreams be vivid, and may you always find your way back to the golden hour. This is Vocal Dreams. Thank you for drifting with us.